Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Please give a warm welcome to your friend and mine, the fabulous Judy Gold.
Thank you, Beth. You know, this is a very special episode of Kill Me Now. I mean, it's live. We're at Club Cumming, which is the fucking... Is this not the greatest place in the world? And the staff is fucking unbelievable. I did bash my head. On the way here, they had the thing down.
Oh, really? Nobody knew?
And, the thing... Shut the fuck up, Beth.
Fuck you.
The thing was down. You know, what's it called? The gate thing. And I'm tall. And I walked right into it, and then I took my water bottle and threw it at the gate, and it hit Beth. So then...
How many times, though?
I did it again, because I have no control over myself. So that's how I began the night, with ice on my head. But I am so excited for our live episode of Kill Me Now, because I fucking love this woman. I've been trying to get her on the show for like 2 years. She's so fucking incredibly talented and such an original and so fucking amazing on so many levels. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Bridget Everett! There she is! Woo! Bridget, thank you.
Hi, Judy. I brought my dog. She's on the floor.
Oh, Poppy's on the floor?
Poppy's on the floor.
I love Poppy. Elisa can deal with Poppy. Elisa. Okay, Beth.
Judy.
Judy,
I have to explain something.
What? Is it about your breasts?
Wait, is this like being recorded? Like, so
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay, all right. Well, then if you're listening at home, I spilled tequila on my chin.
I'm sure many of these ladies would love to lick it off.
But I
know Irene would love to lick it off.
But I wore white because I wanted, like, I was like Judy and like new and purity, and I wore white, and then I wore a black bra.
You have beautiful breasts. Beautiful breasts.
Well, thank you. This is actually them in their natural state. Like,
right.
There's a lot of, like, I was worried, like, if anybody comes to see me and they're like, Bridget's wearing a bra, like, she doesn't wear a bra, like, that's her whole thing, but it's barely a bra, it's just an accessory. And I was like, oh, maybe they can see through the white shirt, but now they really can because I spilled tequila on it, but it was an accident. And,
okay.
And
Nice. What kind of tequila is it?
It's a good kind. It's the kind that makes you want to play patty cake with your own tits.
Those are some fucking tits, Bridget. They're fucking awesome.
Well, thank you, Judy. You know,
as a lesbian, I am professional.
As a woman, only a woman can appreciate when they start to slip down. You know, like they're like in the 90s, they were up on like a different latitude.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
And they're sort of hunkering down right now for war, and it actually is kind of.
I like it.
Yeah, so they're down there in a bunker.
So if you took that thing off, how low would they go?
They say right there.
Oh, wow,
so
that's
if anybody was here just sort of interested in what they would look like.
How bad are your mammograms?
Oh,
must kill, right?
Judy, are we doing that already?
No, because
this year was bad. I mean, I don't have cancer, thank God, but like
it's so. I mean, I have dense breasts.
I have the dense tissue too.
I know. So
the dense tissue.
And they fucking you have all these guys who get a fucking finger up their ass and they touch the balls. Big fucking deal.
Yeah, big fucking deal.
Literally, you have no fucking idea.
They and they like fucking they put them in like a Foreman grill, right? And they
Like a
fucking
George
a Foreman grill, and they crank them down, and they're like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and it's like even if you aren't what's it called when you have the milk coming out of your tits? You're doing that now.
Lactating.
You're lactating now because they squeeze it so hard that if you had the thought of having a baby back in 6th grade, you're squirting out milk out of your tits. It hurts. It hurts. Thank you.
Bridget, now I'm 6'2", you're 6'1".
Ish.
Okay. Every time I go in, every time they're like, "Oh, you're tall, I gotta lift the thing." I'm like, fucking shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hey, do you get the same thing? Like, God, I gotta lift the thing. Oh, you're really tall.
No, because
Okay.
I have the dense tissue, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be my terms of endearment thing, like
Right.
where it's like, oh, I just have a little thing right here, and it's like, and then the next thing you know, Shirley MacLaine's like, "Give my daughter the shot." I'm actually very stressful because when if you got dense tissue, you got like a lot of things that feel like they could be tumors.
Right. It's a lot calcium.
I'm not trying to make light about it. I'm being dead fucking serious.
I know. I get it. Now, Bridget, let's start at the very beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. Different key, ass. By the way, Beth Sussman on the piano. She's very... I just want to say, we are live at Club Cumming. And Beth drove down here in her Prion. And
What's that Prion?
Her Prius. Her penis. Okay. And as anyone who's listening, you'll see photos. That Beth is one of the hippest, coolest people. She's played for everyone.
She's played for everyone and every style of music.
And
She's
has cool hair and
she did play for me, but she also played for like Cyndi Lauper and a lot of people.
Whitney Houston,
everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Bridget Everett years were a low.
The point of this story is she drives like a 95-year-old fucking blind woman in Boca Raton, Florida. Okay. I want to puke right now from your driving, and you look like a fuck. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, but when you're young, you think that that's bad. But when you get older, you're just like, you don't want to die anymore. You just want to enjoy the view.
Thank you, Bridget.
I know, but it's like you cannot go into Uber driving if you lose all your money or something.
I have no intention.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, so Bridget, let's start at the beginning. Now, you grew up in Manhattan, Kansas, the other Manhattan.
Yeah, the Little Apple.
Yeah. And your father, Don.
Dead.
Dead?
Dead.
Dead. Yeah, my father's dead too. And your mother, Freddie.
Yeah, who did you talk to?
I do a lot of research. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two. Those are the
So, and you are the youngest of 6.
That's actually right.
Here's the story.
The lady
who was named Freddie and she married Don. And Don was in the State House. And he was mayor.
How did you know that?
I know everything. And they got divorced when you were 8. So
I was like, I've been so afraid to write a book, and I feel like maybe
you're writing it tonight. So your father was Don James. Is that his full name? Don James Everett?
I'm just like, I did not take Judy Gold as like the Dateline interview.
Yes, it is Dateline. Is it? Where are my listeners? It's pretty Dateline. I know everything about you.
Okay. No, this is exciting.
And so your father worked. He was the mayor, and then he also worked in the State House.
Yes.
So and your brother also became mayor.
Yeah.
And you were like the Kennedys of Manhattan, Kansas. Is that correct?
Still are.
So what? Wait.
But the tragedy side, not like the glamour and wealth.
Can you name all your siblings really quickly?
Yeah, Bridget, Brock, Brian, Brooke, Brad, Britton. Well, I
Okay.
said my name in there, so but if you take out Bridget, you get the rest.
Okay, so there's one. They're all B's except for one A for Alice, right?
Oh well, she's Alice Brooke. Like so, everybody goes by their BR name because.
What's with the B's? What's with the B's?
BRs.
Well, oh, sorry. What's with the BRs?
Something to do. If you're from Kansas, you want something to do.
So who's the oldest?
Well, it was Britain, but she's dead.
Oh, that's great.
Well, she was wonderful, and
you lost a sister and a father.
Yeah, sister and
you
father,
have
but
a
that's
mother.
it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody else is still around.
And your mother was a music teacher, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's where you get. Do you
The
think
gift
that's
of
where
music.
Because you're fucking gifted.
Well, let me tell you what. Like, if you grow up in a house that can't express their emotions,
Yes. Anyone?
but everybody
Jew. Okay.
But you still have the feeling that you want to be together. In our house, it was music, so we would get around the piano sometimes after mom and dad had too much to drink, and we would sing, and it was. And I still
Really?
I still enjoy it. Here
Is
we
that
are.
true?
Yeah.
Who played? Your mother played?
Well, mom, if she wasn't shit-faced, she played, and then other people sort of picked it up as a sort of just because we had.
So what's an Everett family song around the piano?
Well, we love Barry Manilow. We love the sound of music.
Okay, so what's a Barry Manilow? I love Barry.
Well, Bet, I'm not sure which one you're going for there.
Those are just
and you gave without taking, and I sent you away, oh man. And actually, I want to tell you something. I was driving. Well, I wasn't. Somebody else was driving me. And
I hope it wasn't bad.
But today, and it wasn't bad because we got there in time. But
and you didn't throw up. Okay.
But like, I do feel like that calms my nerves. Like Barry Manilow makes me feel relaxed.
First of all, that's the Jew bell, Barry Manilow. I fucking love Barry Manilow. I don't care what anyone says, and everyone's like, everyone knows every fucking word to every song. I'm telling you, he is part of the soundtrack of my life.
Same.
Like Weekend in New England.
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, God damn it, Bet.
But that's my sister's favorite song. Like
the dead sister?
The dentister?
Your dead sister.
No, the live one. She likes
right.
that. But I like all of them. But I'm just saying, like, like when some songs come on and they just sort of make you feel
like
an artist comes on and like you can't like today I was like, what am I gonna listen to? I'm getting ready in the morning and I like put on Billie Eilish because I'm like, oh well.
Right.
I like Billie Eilish.
I like Billie Eilish too.
But you know
12,
what? I wasn't exactly relaxed
while
I was getting ready in the morning. And I like her, but like he's like just a peace person.
Oh my God.
And Lionel Richie. I also like Lionel Richie.
I like Lionel Richie. So your parents drank a lot.
Yeah, so do I. Guess what?
It's all right. And then so that's the non-Jewish part of you. Because if it was
not drink a lot.
No, we eat like fucking pigs. We have gastrointestinal problems. It's bad. We just eat.
My mom is actually currently in a situation right now. She hasn't had a bowel movement in 3 days.
Wow, that's very Jewy.
And so they're going to give her a thing that's going to move it.
Right.
And my brother said that she might have a dry dock situation.
A dry dock situation? Oh God, Elisa, shut up with the fucking prunes. Let me tell you.
No, they're giving her a laxative, so it'll be fine. But I think like when an Everett woman, like if you're almost a 6 foot tall woman, I mean she's 5'6" now because she's shrunk.
Shrunk, yeah.
But like your frame is still the same. You can round out and you can be shorter, but the lines in the side are still the same.
Right.
So when she fucking releases that dragon, it's gonna be big business at the Stony Brook.
Okay.
Home. Anyway,
all right, get the plunger.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
So you're the youngest, and are you the most musical?
Most musical, best looking, most sophisticated.
So
I'm kidding. No, I mean, like, everybody's very musical. I have the prettiest voice. That's my.
right, you have an amazing
And
voice.
they would tell you that, and if they wouldn't, they're wrong.
Right. So your parents divorced. You're 8 years old. Are
Yeah.
you like? But you're like everyone's like, oh, there's the Everetts. Is that the way you grew
Yeah,
up?
that was the Everett.
So you walked into what was the cool restaurant in your town?
Kennedy's Claim.
Really?
I actually never drew the
But the
connection
two
until just
together.
now.
Kennedy's
It
Claim.
wasn't actually the Kennedys. It was these different Kennedys.
Right.
But that were the Kennedys of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't the anyway, it doesn't matter. But I love that you just call yourself great salad bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They had a really great salad bar, but it was they were the Kennedys, and it was dark in there. Next
So
question.
you'd go out to dinner and everyone would be like, oh, the Everetts are here. The Everetts are here.
Well, yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
So were you popular in school? Like what? I was.
Only
It
the-
was hard for me to find shit out about you in school.
Yeah, but that's not cool. Like, I was homecoming queen, but that's disgusting.
Ow! And you were a competitive swimmer.
Look, nobody likes. I wasn't like a dick. I was popular because I was friends with like
All right. So
all the non-dicks.
okay.
Like nobody wants to hear that she was homecoming queen. That's
Yes, they
disgusting.
do.
I never-
Everyone is obsessed with high school. I don't care how old you are. No one ever gets over
It wasn't my
high
fault.
school.
Like my
But-
problem was like the whole school voted on it, right? And so they and then it happened.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So
And it's like a cross you have to bear. Like nobody wants to be homecoming queen. Like
that's not true. Don't you think people want to bet? Don't you
no.
think people? Okay, so
We lost everybody. No, I mean,
No, we
wasn't like
didn't. Dancing Queen's fine. So you're the youngest of 6. How old is the old? How much older is the oldest?
14 years.
14 years. Do you think
Yeah.
you were a mistake?
I of course I know I was because they told me.
They did.
Yes.
What'd they say?
You're a mistake. And it wasn't just. My brothers and sisters told me, and then my mom told me.
And how did that make you feel? Therapy.
No, they didn't say mistake. They said accident.
So they're pro-life.
No, I think they would have killed me if they could. I still kind of think they would have killed me if they could. They might still.
How old is the next one older than you? Wow. This is going into a dark
5
place.
years.
5 years.
No, they were like older. Everyone was cooler. They were older. They were sort of like all misfits, and then
Right.
I got the benefit of the family name of like Everett, and then like that's how I got homecoming. Like nobody
Right. All right.
cared.
We don't give a shit about
I know. I
homecoming.
just feel like I have to
So
apologize
you're
for
8
it.
years old, and your parents get divorced. Which did you know they were going to get divorced? Like, did they fight? Like, what?
They hated each other 8 years before I even came into their minds. Like I was like a pity fuck. I was a load that my dad didn't know that he had left in him, and he put it in my mom, and she wrapped it up like a sweet little Christmas gift. And instead of putting out Spode or Waterford on Christmas
Right.
Day, she's like, you're gonna have a baby sister. And they're like, fuck you, Mom. And then I came
Because
along.
there were already 5 kids.
There are already 5 kids. That's,
So what was your school life like? You went like, all right, your parents are divorced, which was that uncommon in Manhattan, Kansas?
Yeah, it was. Are your parents married?
They're dead. But they were married the whole time.
Yeah. They were that sweet. Like, I feel like you can't help but be like a better person if your parents were married the whole time. Like for
Really?
me,
But they were older when they got married. I mean, they were older when they had me, too.
does anybody here have parents that are still married?
Yes.
Okay, and look, we're all here in a basement and it's dark
Right.
and it's sad.
So, were you always? I mean, you're very eccentric. So, were you always
I'm very
popular?
eccentric. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Were you always like? I'm trying to imagine you as a little girl. You seem like you would have been the funnest little. Like, did you get in trouble at school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I would love to go back to 8-year-old / 12-year-old Bridget.
Okay.
Because it was just full on. Thank you, Bet. It was like fucking like saying naughty things, pantsing people, fucking saying dirty shit, getting talked to by the coach, saying you said something you shouldn't have said, but just loving every fucking moment of it. Like being a fucking 2-year-old toddler, but you're 8 years old and your tits are just coming in. You might get your period any day. That's a fucking kind of girl. I loved those years. So for me, cut the track. It was 8 through 12. You can never take that away from me because I lived it, and those were the best years of my life.
Were they? 8 through 12?
Yeah.
I fucking hated 8 through 12.
No, think about it.
How were you tall then?
Yeah, I was tall.
Yeah.
And I started getting my titties before anybody else did, but not like a full, like, just enough, you know? Just enough that you can feel better than the next guy.
Right.
And just... like what I loved about being that age was like when you have a family, like when you got older brothers and sisters, they're always getting in trouble.
Right.
And you're like sort of part of a political dynasty
right.
in a small town. And
right.
you know that if the cops come, your dad's going to get you out of it. You can say whatever the fuck you want, right? You know? So I loved, like, I really did just like think that there were no rules. And you know, luckily in my 30s, I sort of tapped in 40s, I tapped into what that feeling is. But
right.
But for me, the 8 through 12 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fascinating because that's...
Well, but here's why. Because at that age, they're like, well, we can't really sit down and talk to her about her advanced thoughts because, like, they don't want to, like, sort of, like, they just want to sort of let you work through it at that time. So you just take 4 glorious years to pants people, to say dirty things.
Were you great? Did you get good grades?
Yeah, I was smart.
Right. Of course.
But I didn't care about that.
Right.
I cared about being a bad girl.
And did your parents get called into school and
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my mom did.
See, this is the non-Jewish part cuz I would have fucking get to your goddamn room, Judith.
Oh no.
Get upstairs right now.
Well, I had this choir teacher, Steve Easterday. I hope you're listening, Steve.
Fuck you, Steve.
But he gave me a B-.
Fuck you,
in
Steve.
freshman choir because I was too much. Did I carry the alto section? Yes, I did. But did I have a little too much personality? Maybe. But that's what makes a star, bitch. But then when I went into just my sophomore, senior year, I just want to say, like, I had this, like, they transferred in, like, a new teacher, Mr. Comerford. And he was very soft-spoken. He was from Coffeyville, Kansas, and then he came to, like, Manhattan. And he had this, like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but you know the kind of people that talk that have the spittle,
hair lip?
the spittle that connects from the bottom to the top lip.
And it stays there. Yes.
It stays there, and he was just very passionately.
Was it in the middle or on the side?
It was in the middle.
I can't stand this one.
But there's something beautiful about the one in the middle.
Right.
That connects from the middle of the bottom lip to the top of the middle.
Right.
And it's just like a spittle, and he was so ebullient, who gives a fuck? They don't teach you in Kansas about words, but the point is, it was just lips on lips. And his joy of music really sort of started me off. And he gave me an A in all of my choir classes.
I fucking love him. So...
Does anybody want to talk about something else? They don't want to talk about me anymore. Let's talk about something else.
Shut the fuck up. So you were popular. You had friends. Like, I had no friends. Like, what are you doing? Are you looking at your dog?
No, I'm just holding up the wall.
Oh, all right. But you had it, like, you liked school.
Let me tell you, I might have been popular, but I didn't hate myself. I just didn't think anybody loved me. So does that count for anything?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So how did you overcompensate for the fact that no one loved you?
Well, I guess I'm here right now.
That's correct. So when did you reach your height? I was 6'5",
feet at 13.
Oh, you mean
yes?
how tall
I was
got.
6 feet at 13. It was
Oh,
great.
yeah, like I was 5'11" and probably 10th grade.
Right.
Yeah.
And no Bigfoot, Sasquatch, anything like that.
All of that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And you didn't give a
Thunder
shit?
thighs, Bigfoot. Well, of course I did. Of course I did.
But you took it in a different way than I did.
Well, I
apparently.
found show choir. And then
How did you become a competitive swimmer?
I was always a swimmer. I swam like from the time I was little because, well, I like the water.
Yeah.
No, I swam from the time I was 4. I was a competitive swimmer from 4 to, and then I swam like up until like my sophomore year in college.
And like swim meets, and your mother would have to drive you all over the fucking place?
Swim meets. And also like part of what I loved about swim meets was just getting out of Manhattan, my hometown. You know,
Right.
like, you want to get out, you think you're seeing the world, but you're just seeing Kansas, but it's kind of enough. Like you're going to Kansas City and you're going to Wichita, you're going to Topeka,
Right.
and you feel like you're a world traveler. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did anybody feel like that when they were little? All right, just me.
Not
All
about
right.
Wichita. Or,
Well, Wichita sucks, and no offense to Wichita, but it sucks.
so, would you say you had a normalish childhood, and that you were just? Were you more eccentric
Yeah, I
than Because were you the identified patient in your family? Like, were you the one in your family who was like, well, Bridget is out of her fucking mind? Was it sort of?
No, I felt like normal. I felt like a normal Kansas childhood. And then it's like only until you get to New York or wherever you get that you realize that maybe, it's normal, but, like everybody has like my parents weren't married and there was like all sorts of problems and, bad things and stuff. But you just sort of think that that's what happens in every household. And I kind of think it is actually.
Right.
Like.
But you didn't think it then. You probably thought, oh, fuck. All this
I just
bad
thought
shit
we were
is
any
happening.
other family.
Wow. That's pretty intense for that age to think that.
What'd you think?
I thought, oh my God, my family's so fucking weird.
I fight? Like, was there like anybody like knock anybody down when they needed?
Well, there was no drinking, it was more of like ignoring and mental abuse. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I hope my siblings aren't listening to this. But more like I'd walk in the house, no one would say hello. No one would acknowledge that I was there. No one, I once got hit by a car.
Was it? Did your mom do it? Or?
No, my mother paid attention to me. But I once got I was on my bike. Who was on their fucking phone over there? I'm going to kill you. I was on my bike, and I got hit by a car. And I ended up getting like 15 stitches in my head. I had like a sling. I had a neck brace. I looked like a fuck out of a movie, And I remember I was sitting on the sofa, and my sister walked in, looked at me, and went upstairs. And my brother walked in and said, "What happened?" And that was it. That was the only conversation we ever had about me I'm like literally bandaged with a neck brace and in a sling. And that was the entire, yes, that's it.
And where do those limits come from?
I have no fucking idea. That's why I'm with Elisa, the therapist.
But you're
okay.
But now now you probably communicate a lot, right? We're disappointed in a couple audience people.
Yeah, we're disappointed in the phone people right there. It's all right.
My daughter can't call because I flushed her.
Oh my God, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. Love you.
Just have a little fun.
So your mother, was she a music teacher at school, or did you have people coming over to the house?
Both honey.
Huh?
She taught K through 12 at Lucky High School for about $12,000
Lucky High
a
School?
year. The Catholic high school. She taught band and whatever for K through 12, and then she also taught privately at home. The IRS doesn't know about it, but
And did your father just leave when you were 8?
yeah.
And did you see him? Did you have a relationship?
No.
Fuck him.
No, I saw him from time to time. But
Right, but you were.
He was busy.
With other ladies?
Just busy.
Right, in the State House.
This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and you know, sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, you know, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
You're a competitive swimmer. You're homecoming queen.
Let's see what the next card is. The competitive swimming, nobody cares.
Competitive swimmer. Everyone. Scholarship to ASU. You get a full scholarship to Arizona State University in opera and music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking...
Listen, guys.
So did you go there and audition? Like, what? I'm imagining you as like, oh my God. All right, remember in high school when people would be in the school plays and all the people would be like, oh my God, she is so talented. She is so gonna make it. But
I would definitely say that, like, I was probably, and I don't mean this to, like, if it does circle back to Manhattan, Kansas, then they should know. But I was definitely the most talented in my class. And I should have gotten the lead in the musical, but I didn't. But luckily I didn't, because that gave me the tenacity to, like, go and fucking whatever. So then I went to Arizona State, and I was at we're being baptized again by tequila. Excuse me,
Yes.
home listeners.
Thank
you
Laura.
so much.
Laura.
It's
Mother's
like you
Jewish.
feel like
Yes.
you're just a showgirl all the time and nobody cares about you, and then somebody brings you tequila and you think, I'm back,
Yeah.
I'm here, people are listening. What was my point?
So that you should have gotten the lead in the play. I couldn't get in the play either because I was too tall.
I know, always. So then, like, I went to Arizona State, right? And I auditioned, and I can, like...
What did you audition with?
I auditioned, like, I don't remember, like, I was there for the voice faculty and whatever. And
Oh, come on. You know. You were.
No, I sang
you
some shit.
had it. You got an opera
matter.
scholarship, so you sung an opera.
Because then they fucking, it's like in the room, like they sat around and, like, the choir director, Dr. Bailey, he sat there and he, like, started playing some, like, shit on the piano, and he's like, well, sing these chords. Like, and I was like, and I would do them. I could mimic them. I can mimic anything he played. And like, you sort of see the eyes in the room just go like,
Right.
everybody's lighting up, and then, like, you just feel like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then they offer you a scholarship.
Did they offer it right there?
They might as well have. But they didn't. They waited for me to get the letter in the mail about 6 weeks later.
Did you apply anywhere else?
I applied at University of Kansas, and then, like, not really, because I just wanted to go to Arizona State because it's like, I want to be tan, and I want to be tan.
And were you swimming at the time? Were you going to be on the swim team there as well?
No, I freshman year I didn't. I just like drank and gained weight and just
Yeah, who
enjoyed
doesn't?
like life in the sun.
So
and
you don't remember what you auditioned with?
doesn't matter because
Yes,
you know
you
what?
do.
Look at me
You
now.
remember, don't you?
Look at me now, Judy. If I remembered what I fucking, then we would be talking about that. Instead, right now we're talking about nothing.
Okay, so you studied opera. Oh, shut up, Elisa. You studied opera. I mean, I was a music major in college.
You were.
so-
Nobody ever told me that.
Yeah, I was a music major.
Of what kind?
All right. I played clarinet in the orchestra,
Can you still play clarinet?
and I played piano too. But
Can you still play clarinet?
can I still play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played in Shakespeare in the Park. I still can't. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to practice but I do miss it. I miss being in an orchestra. Like there's something amazing about being in an ensemble. You know what I mean?
I play the saxophone. Anybody that's been
Really?
Anybody that's been to my show knows I play the saxophone.
Okay, we have to put a band together, don't you think?
We should.
We need a
You take
keyboardist, though.
you do the melody line and I'll do the solos.
Okay, that's fine. So, were you in? As someone who went to music school, I know how intense that is. Like, there's people there that are like in the fucking practice rooms for 8 hours a day. Yeah. Like, yeah, exactly. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I could not sit there.
Either.
So I was just a general music major, which everyone made fun of. So it meant you had to do. I mean, I had to do the juries on the piano, but I wasn't a performance
Yeah,
major.
the cherries, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
But you know, there was this guy that nobody cares. Like,
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Do you care? Yes.
There was this guy. His name was Chuck. I remember that, and he was like a jazz guitarist. And I was like, I'm a
At ASU?
yeah. I was like, I'm a music major. I should like try that out. And so I hung out with Chuck, the jazz guitar. I actually don't think I should say this. Because,
Yes.
Judy, I'm a big woman,
Yeah.
and I have a large canal.
Okay, I'm going to say something.
And
I have a small canal.
oh, well, good for you.
Thank you.
But do you know, like, when you see those things that, like, when your friends are like, your girlfriends are like, or whatever, your friends are like, I'm going to give you this thing. It's like, you can put this in your wine bottles if you're not going to drink it for 3 days. Do you know what I'm talking about? And they're
Yeah.
like these little things, and they got the little
Thing on the top, yeah.
Yeah, that was Chuck.
Chuck.
And no fault of his. But like you're finally like, I'm getting with my jazz musician.
Right. You think he's
And
going to
we're
be...
gonna make jazz. But a tiny little wine stopper and a big canal got no way of making no good
Right.
music.
Right.
No fault of my big canal or his tiny stopper. But that is actually one of the things about college that I think about most often.
Can I ask when you lost your virginity?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No, I lost it January 13th, 1990.
90? Mm-hmm. Oh, right. You're a little baby.
I'm born
So
in
you were
70
18. You were
I'm born in
18.
72.
I lost my virginity.
I was 17.
Oh, you were 17. I was with, girls before, and then I thought, oh, I have to try it because I can't live as a gay.
And you got a tiny canal, you said.
Try
what?
it.
And
Yes.
I have a little baby. It's not big. It's like I'm huge, and then ask Elisa. Anyway.
Well, I actually wait. Hold on a second.
Wait, and so.
Can we ask Lisa about it before we go
Yeah.
on?
Okay,
No,
Elisa. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What?
She got a sweet little pussy. Sweet little pussy. Judy Gold got a sweet little pussy. I love.
I really think-
I was just thinking about Judy Gold walking down the street right? Judy Gold's coming at you. She's 6'2". She's walking at you. But then she said, Judy Gold, I got a sweet, sweet little pussy. I'm Judy Gold. Yeah! With a sweet, tiny pussy.
It's tiny,
Around your windows and I'll check your trees. My name's Judy and I'm talking to me. I got a sweet, 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 sweet little pussy. Sweet little pussy, Judy.
Yeah, wow! I mean, I think I would have...
No, I'm not done.
What?
Like, I pictured Judy leaving here tonight, and everybody goes home, and we've all had our night, we've had our laughs, we've paid our bills, we've gotten on our taxis, we've taken a train. Judy gets home on the Upper West Side, sorry, but that's where she lives. Her sons are off doing whatever, and and the wife she's off, paying the bills and making herself a cup of tea. And then Judy walks into a tiny little bedroom on the side. And she pulls the curtains away from her waist down, right? And and like you see Judy and you're like, Judy, right?
Yeah.
But she got a moment of theater. And what that moment of theater is like, Judy is like taking her little marionette, which is like it's like a little tiny little pussy, your tiny pussy, and you park it in its own little car, and you have, and what Judy's not telling you is she has this cute little pink little Cadillac that she reaches
From the
in
Tupperware.
From the Tupperware, she reaches in and she pumps it out, and she puts it in a little pink Cadillac. And she says, keep playing. My little pink pussy parked in the garage. My little pink pussy sleep so tight. My little pink pussy sleepy so good. My little tight pussy go sleep, sleep, girl.
Oh my God, I love you! I think I would have the smallest penis in the entire world. I'd be one of those big guys, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's such a nice guy. And everyone's like, he's got a really small penis. Like that. So you lost your virginity, you were 17.
Yeah.
And so I lost my virginity to a Jew with the hugest dick in the entire world. And everyone was like, oh, maybe it's because his dick was so big. But
He's a Jew, his dick was deep. He's a Jew, his dick is so large. And his name is Big Fat March. But he's a man, his name is a woman. Thank you.
Big dick, big dick, big, big dick. Oh, sorry.
No, you did better. I tried. I swung it and missed.
So, because you're very sexual. So, were you sexual? But I just, you know what I love about you? Your comfort with your body. The playfulness that you have with your. I mean, so many women
Arguably,
have such
Judy,
body issues, and yet you are. I mean, I fucking love that about you.
Well, Judy.
It is amazing that we fucking look at these skinny fucking assholes in every goddamn ad that don't look like regular women. And here you are saying, this is who I am. And it's so beautiful. It's so fucking great. Because
go ahead.
No, I was ridiculed for my size. Yeah. And to be able to see someone who's like, you know what? Fuck you. And if you're uncomfortable, that's your fucking problem. And that, to me, is one of the most beautiful things about you.
Thank you, Judy. Let me look. What is she playing? I am who everything. Is that what it is?
Look at the two of us, strangers in many ways. Okay. All right, go ahead.
My favorite song.
Well,
It is?
I mean, the whole body situation for me was just like when I was living in New York and like doing like the live shows and stuff. I was like, people were like, oh, you can't be in this, you can't be in that.
Right.
you're not that type, you're not this whatever. And I was like, well,
Fuck you.
fuck you.
Yeah.
And it was just like, now I know it's like trendy to be like body positive and whatever, but it wasn't always trendy to be body positive. But I just mean, but it's not even necessarily. It's not even about like being. It's just for me and the way I feel like when people come to my shows, or if I'm having a conversation with them, if I'm on stage, it's just that I want people to feel whole in themselves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just like in growing up in Kansas or growing up in wherever, I just didn't always feel like, especially as a tall person with like not a dancer body or whatever, or like you just don't feel like you belong, right?
Right, and you feel
not even just professionally, but just like in society.
Right.
You don't feel like you belong. If you're like,
well, people treat you like you're older than you are when you're younger.
Everybody has their own
and you don't
experience
have
with their body,
feelings,
but, like, my experience with my body and my place is whatever is that like that I was too big to be sexy or loved, and too big to be like on stage or whatever. So in response, I was just like, well, let me show you the power and the beauty of what I see in myself. And not that I see it within myself every day, because I don't feel that way every day. But the way I feel on stage, and the way that my audience makes me feel, and the way that I think that we lift each other up is something that is special.
Right.
And that I love.
It's such a beautiful thing. I can't even tell you.
So sometimes when I'm like scrolling through Instagram and the people are just like, look in the mirror and love your, like it's like these testimonials or whatever, and I'm like, well, good for you that it's just that easy that you can just fucking But sometimes I feel like I need to be around the audience that I'm with, and we need each other to remind each other that we are special.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I know that sounds...
No, it's so true. And to have, to feel like such an outcast and that you don't belong, and physically you don't belong. It's like you could be weird and be like, oh, he's weird or she's weird. But to walk in a room and it's like that the minute you walk in a room, people are, oh my God, she's gigantic. Like, I still get in elevators and it's like, I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, how obvious. We were at the doctor, Elisa and I, the other day. They're like, I know, because we're Jews. And they call me, they're like, Judy Gold. And I get up and I see this woman go, oh my God. She's so, and it's like, it's still, I'm 57 years old. And it's still like, oh my God, you're so gigantic. Fuck you, Yeah. You, as a competitive swimmer, though, did you have a swimmer's body?
Yeah, fucking sick body.
Yeah, so did you feel differently when you had your sick swimmer's body than you do now?
Of course I do. I wish I could say, no, I feel the same.
Right.
But my body was sick.
Right. And did you work at that? Was it something that... was that an overcompensation?
I was never trying to like make a swimmer's body.
Right.
I was just trying to be a good athlete.
Right.
And aside the byproduct was that I had a sick body.
Right.
But now I guess you could argue that I have a sick body. It's just a different kind of sick.
I love your body. So you lose your virginity at 17 to whom? To Chuck or no?
Who's Chuck?
Chuck's the one with the fucking tiny dick.
No, that was college.
Oh, all right. 17, you're in high school.
I shouldn't say his name.
Okay, don't say his name.
His name is Bruce.
Bruce.
And
was he gay? Bruce is such a gay name.
He wasn't gay, but
were there any Jews in Manhattan?
He had a touch of the Chucks. Okay, he had a touch of the Chucks.
What does that mean?
Thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, I need the straight ladies here to tell me. But wait a minute.
Were there any Jews in Manhattan, Kansas?
Oh, the couple of them.
Okay. That's for the Jews. Okay, so you fuck Bruce. Were you
What happened? Oh, she's off her phone.
She's off her phone.
And she
then
wants
she
to
gets
know.
off the phone. It's like, all right, tell me what happened.
And then what happened?
Oh, all right. So now you can pay attention to the show. All right.
It's just, we're happy to have you.
Okay, thank you. So, so how did this whole thing? Were you boyfriend and girlfriend? You and Chuck, or?
Well, he came to see me in a version of a talent show where I did the Manhunt. You know the song The Manhunt?
No.
I'm going on a manhunt, turn it around. Women have been hunting, now we're hunting around. Yeah, manhunt. We all got the need. The one who's been hunting has taken the lead. Anyways, from Flashdance. Look at her. And I had that sick body that I was talking about,
Right.
and I can even give you pictures
And did
because
you
I still
feel
have it.
fucking great walking? Like you must have felt so
I
great.
didn't even understand. Like when I
Right.
look back at that picture, I was like, I am in awe of her. The body is beautiful, and just like the confidence and the whatever, and
Right.
just like, and we. Do you remember that show, the store Merry Go Round? Did you have that?
No.
Okay, well, it's where you,
Merry-go-round.
it was where you would get a kind of outfit that would express your body specifications
Right.
in a military adjacent town. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear
It's
you.
the only one that got me. Okay, anyway, story long. I did that, and then like the next day, this guy Bruce, who was like the senior and I was the junior, took an interest in me, and I thought it was because he enjoyed my performance. You don't always know that they're coming for your body.
Right.
But there they are. Anyway, yeah, we went out for a hot second, and he came over to my house, and we were up in my room, and he tried to go down on me.
Nice.
And then my brother walked in.
No. Which brother?
Brock.
Brock, who is a.
He's
He's like a sport. What does he do?
Well, he's like a comedian, like piano he's like
Right.
so funny. He lives out in California. He does,
Right.
And
Okay.
whatever. He's the one youngest to me in age, and he's
Right.
like, but he went down and he told my mom.
Wait, Brock went downstairs and said,
"Hey, you might want to go up there
Bruce
and-"
is going to.
like-
Why did you pick a BR person to have sex with?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you.
I wasn't actually. I wasn't having sex with him. He just went down on me, and I thought,
Okay,
well,
but yeah. all
that's
right.
not that bad. So he goes down and he tells my mom, and then she comes up. We can have locks
Wait,
on our
you're
doors.
in the middle of it.
Well, yeah.
okay.
I didn't think that my brother, after he walked in, was going to go tell my mom. So we just kept going. And he went down on me. And well, then she came up and she caught us.
Right.
Because, well, if you don't lock your doors, that's what happens.
So what? Did she say anything like, get out of the goddamn house, Bruce?
Something like that, but then we still did go to the formal, and then he did take my virginity away in a cheap Ramada Inn room, and what you know, it's actually I've never really put this parallel together, but that like if you go to Topeka, I don't want.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my dad, when he used to have his mistress, was in the Ramada Inn in Topeka, and when we would go to swim meets in Topeka, my mom would be like, "That's where your father has his girlfriend."
No way.
And I lost my virginity in Ramada, and so in a way, it's
You
like
were
me
just
and my father
mirroring
were
your
connecting.
father. The Topeka and the Santa Fe. Okay. No, I'm not.
I mean, we
letting you-
must be almost done, aren't we?
No, we're not even close. So you go through college, you're studying opera, which is fucking difficult. You know, it's
We're
not
still in the
easy.
90s. When are we going to end?
You're not having fun with me?
No, Judy, I could spend every day with you if only
Okay,
I knew
good.
that was an option.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening to part 1 of Kill Me Now with the amazing Bridget Everett. Make sure to tune in next week for the rest of our interview. If you like the show, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. It helps more people find this amazing podcast. The review should be 5 stars only. Thank you very much. Listen to the following dates, see if I'll be coming to a town near you.
We have another upcoming live episode of Kill Me Now at Club Cumming with the amazing, the incredible B.D. Wong on March 5th in New York City. On March 6th, I'll be at the Kent State Stage in Kent, Ohio as part of their Rainbow Weekend. On March 7th, I will be in Sunrise, Florida at a benefit for JAFCO, JAFCO, an incredible organization. On March 9th, I'll be at Rick Bronson's Comedy Club in Bloomington, Minnesota. On March 18th, I'll be in New York, at Gotham Comedy Club. And I'm excited to announce that Varla Jean Merman and I will be performing the Judy and Varla show at Joe's Pub in New York City on April 23rd and 24th. It is a fun show, so do not miss it. It is going to sell out. And you can get tickets for all of these events at judygold.com. That's JUDYGOLD.com. And a lot of exciting dates will be announced very soon, so stay up to date on all new dates. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Judy Gold, JEWDYGOLD. You know, like a Jew gold, like because I'm Jewish. Okay? And as we always say, so long.
Don't forget to tune in next week to Just Kill Me Now.
It's Just Kill Me.
Oh. Don't forget to turn for part 2 on Just Kill Me.
No, it's not. It's
Just Kill Me.
No.
Judy Gold's Just Kill Me.
Kill Me Now.
Just Kill Me Now.